But we now recognize Mr. Goldberg for his opening statement.
Mr. Chairman, ranking members, all members of the committees, thank you so much for holding this very important hearing at this time. I have worked on oversight of our foreign assistance, including to UNRWA, for about 20 years now. And let me just tell you something. UNRWA is a horror show that is decades in the making, co-produced by the United States taxpayer. A lot of people woke up and read the Wall Street Journal or other reports and were shocked to hear that 12 employees of UNRWA participated in the October 7th massacre, that 10% or more of its staff in Gaza may be affiliated with terrorist organizations, and even more of them have some family members that are affiliates as well. I wasn't shocked. Many members of this committee who have worked on UNRWA reform for years weren't shocked. Terrorism support and subsidy for UNRWA is a feature, not a bug. The organization is built from its core mission, its mandate, to indoctrinate generation after generation to hate Jews, to destroy Israel, to be ready to manifest themselves as those that will come to wipe the Jews into the Mediterranean Sea to fulfill the mission that was outlined in 1948 by Arab armies, never fulfilled, but UNRWA established back then with a mandate to have the political manifestation, the political warfare arm, to get ready to fulfill that military mission. And decade after decade, pumping kids to hate through their schools, never recognizing U.S. designated foreign terrorist organizations as terrorist organizations. When you have a conversation with an UNRWA official and you say, is it possible your aid is going to Hamas? Is it possible families that are receiving cash assistance in your program are affiliated with designated foreign terrorist organizations? Is it possible your staff are affiliated with these groups? The answer is, of course, these are political labels to UNRWA. These aren't terrorist groups. These are political movements. So why would they want to discriminate based on political persuasion? And to a United States citizen, and I would say to our allies around the world, that is in fact horrific, disgusting, and part of the reason we sit here today. Now, when you look at the incitement to violence that has gone on for decades, the internalization in generation after generation to rise up and believe they are refugees waiting to come back to what is today Israel to drive the Jews into the sea, October 7th is the logical conclusion of UNRWA. It is, of course, what they have been training generations to do with the resources we have provided going to these terrorist organizations to help carry out that mission. We're focused on UNRWA in Gaza today because that's where the news is. Follow the news elsewhere where UNRWA operates. In the West Bank, the IDF is conducting daily operations today against terror cells in UNRWA facilities and UNRWA areas. In Lebanon, in the largest UNRWA refugee camp in Lebanon, there have been months of terrorist battles. There's no Israeli presence there. Anywhere UNRWA goes, terrorism follows. We've documented this for years. Now, you hear a lot of people saying, well, we can't cut off food, we can't cut off aid, we can't leave people starving. That's true, that's correct. Nobody is calling for that. If only we had another organization that was built to help refugees around the world and internally displaced persons around the world. We should think of such an organization. Oh, that's right, it exists. The UN High Commissioner for Refugees. If only we had an organization built to distribute food aid. That's right, we give them billions of dollars. It's called the World Food Program. If only there was an organization for children and for schools and education and for healthcare. They're all available. It's an alphabet soup. The only reason to remain dedicated to supporting the terror, financing, incitement promoting, genocide promoting UNRWA is to help UNRWA keep Hamas in power in Gaza, promote terrorism incitement against Israel, and maintain a mandate that the region has moved on from, and that is to hate Israel, destroy Israel. The Arab armies that failed in 1948, that set up UNRWA as a political weapon, have moved on. They've made peace with Israel. UNRWA hasn't. UNRWA is the problem. UNRWA is a part of what happened on October 7th, and it will keep happening again and again if we keep funding it.